Honorable members, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Second calling attention, Shri Yuri Alamo. Second.
Speaker sir, under Rule 63 of the Rules and Procedure and Conduct of Business of the Goa Legislative Assembly, I move that the following calling attention. Fear and anxiety in the minds of Goans over future of Dabolim International Airport.
Speaker sir, postponed for next week.
Postpone? Can which date?
They have this no date, Mage.
Postpone. See. It's a battery.
Postponed for next week.
Now we take up the group of demands listed for today. Honorable Revenue Minister.
Speaker sir, on the recommendation of the Honorable Governor, I would like to move demand number 7, 15, 16, 33, 52, 60 and 72.
The demands are before the House. Honorable Leader of Opposition.
The cut motion.
Cut motion.
Speaker sir, I would like to move the cut motions listed against my name in the circulated list number 4.
The cut motions are before the House.
Speaker sir. Speaker sir.
Shri Cruz Silva.
Speaker sir, I would like to move the cut motion listed against my name in the circulated list number 4.
Vanzi Vegas.
Speaker sir, I would like to move the cut motion listed against my name in the circulated list number 4.
Viresh Barkar.
Speaker sir, I would like to move the cut motion listed against my name in the circulated list number 4.
Vijay Sardesai.
Sir, I would like to move the cut motions listed against my name in the circulated list number 4.
Carlos Ferreira.
Sir, I would like to move the cut motions listed against my name in the circulated list number 4.
The cut motions are before the House.
Mover should start. Mover.
Carlos Ferreira.
Honorable Speaker, I will speak in respect to demands number 7, 16, 33, 52, 60, 72. First thing I want to point out is about Communidades. Communidades are age-old institutions which have been having agrarian content. And unfortunately, we have wolves in sheep clothing who are seeking to grab lands of the Communidades. There are first kind of people who are in-house thieves, and the others are external thieves. The in-house thieves are those who are members of the managing committee, who, having power as members, are grabbing the lands, even filing cases, going before the courts, transferring the properties in their own names or in the names of their family members. Honorable Speaker, I feel that this is a very dishonest means of trying to grab the lands. When they grab this land, the Comunidad and the components are deprived of the lands and the revenue. And therefore, I urge the government that we need to bring in an amendment to debar such people, not only during the pendency of the litigation, but also after they have been found guilty of such fraudulent acts, from holding office in any post in the Comunidades. As far as external thieves are concerned, these are committee members who connive with these people, not appearing in courts or meekly surrendering when claims are made. These also, I believe the government should immediately take action to review all these cases which are disposed of, whether the Comunidad had put up a proper defense and whether it's justified to accept the decision or not. There are other kinds of frauds which are coming, where people suddenly are getting up now. I'm saying now is the last 2-3 years, claiming that their grandfather had a grant of the Comunidad and that land was sold to somebody else in 1950 or 51. Please listen to these years. These years are crucial because most fraudulent sale deeds which cannot be found in the archives are between 50 and 51. So there are some old papers which may be available with someone. They are trying to recreate these deeds. When you ask the archives, they say such deed is not registered, can't be found. And they have not only, suddenly they have got up, land survey was done in 1971, but they get up now and say, I had this right and please include me in the survey. How can this happen? And the Mamladar who does the mutation process just accepts these documents, no inquiry is conducted, even proper services to Communidades are not being made, and the lands are in lakhs of square meters, lands are being frittered away to these people. Often, I repeat, with the connivance of the members of the managing committee, that is the attorney who is responsible. I don't say all are dishonest. There are people who fight, there are people who stand up, and people who want to protect the Communidades. But they have no say, they're kept in the dark, and suddenly they get up one day and they realize the land is gone. Even, I have exposed a big case recently, but I won't go into the details of it, but these are all methods which are a syndicate with certain politicians involved who are grabbing the lands directly or indirectly, and that is why we need to take more care about these lands of the Communidades. There has also been an ongoing controversy which I have seen in the court, High Court myself, about grant of NOC for certain festivals. And I think that the Communidades should be taken in confidence and the government should have a supervisory power over this. Otherwise, it becomes like a willing dealing and someone or the other tries to get away an NOC at a virtually throwaway price at the cost and loss of for the Comunidad, while somebody else makes a complete run for his money. The third aspect on the Comunidades is Article 652 of the Code. I know, Honorable Speaker, that Article 652 is a convention which is to be held as per the Code every 5 years. And the convention is to make recommendations to the government. The convention is convened itself by the government, and we have even the government official present at the convention. I remember attending the first convention which was held after liberation in 1997, then representing the Margaon Comunidad. Nothing was done after that. Then 2009, 2018, and 2024, we have had conventions. I don't say that the government should accept the recommendations. Only I request, consider them. You may reject them also. Or perhaps if you find A, B, C are good and F is good, accept and implement. If you find all are not good, you may pass your reasons, but don't have the meeting so it becomes an empty formality. Honorable Speaker, there's also one more thing I want to point out, that there is I don't know sometimes why people like to sit in one place forever. I am presenting here, one for the Honorable Speaker and one for the Honorable Minister. There is an order of transfer of escrivance of Communidades, which was issued on 17/7/2023. It is an order which was issued by the Director of Civil Administration and Collector of South Goa. In this, under serial number 14, there is one gentleman called Shivdas Gaude. He is the escrivant of the Comunidad of Sankwal, Kelosi and Kortale. He has been transferred to Sarzora, Dramapur, Sirli and Deosua. But he continues to be there more than 1 year. On what basis and how he has not been transferred, I ask the Honourable Minister to kindly look into this and find out why he is there despite the transfer order. The next aspect I want to talk is about these mutation cases. When a mutation case is being done by the revenue officials, when it involves Comunidad lands, I urge the government to issue strict directions that notice should go to the concerned administrator of Comunidades and also to the Comunidad. If there is no appearance by either of them, I would urge the government to issue the direction that a fresh notice should be given to them and to ensure presence. Because default in appearance allows the case to go by ex parte. And often these cases of frauds have taken place when there is no proper notice to the Comunidad. When I mean no proper notice, the Mamladar says issue notice, but there's no proper service of notice on that Comunidad. So one AD card comes back, nobody knows, somebody has scribbled, but no seal, no stamp of the Comunidad. So therefore it is necessary that the administrator's notice should be brought, attention should be brought, and the Comunidad's attention should be again revisited to make sure that somebody turns up. Second, when there are these documents which relate to old documents, I think some training should be given to the Mamladars to even learn a little basic of Portuguese language, because most documents are being given with Portuguese language with English translations. And let me say, Honorable Speaker, since I know Portuguese language, I never believe in the translations which are often turned in such a manner to give an impression that that's an authentic translation, which sometimes is not correct. And therefore, if they can see by themselves, I'm not saying do research in Portuguese, but if they know some fundamentals of Portuguese and they learn how to look at a document, I think they can uncover and unravel most of the frauds which take under their signature, and this will protect them from being dragged into litigations. Honorable Speaker, I have seen that several cases have been filed in these land grabs, especially relating to mutation cases which have been done by the Mamladar. And in that earlier reply which was given, a name of a Mamladar has been given that they are now going to charge sheet him. He is one amongst the many. What about the others? When they have also done, some may have done unwillingly, unknowingly, without any malice, without very intention. We don't know. Some may be masters in the art of this game. And I think that if they are in line to ensure due protection of these Comunidades or even of private persons' properties, then I think that we can go a long way to stop these fraudulent sales and land grabbing. I will just say also one more thing, Honorable Speaker. Sometime back, somebody approached me and told me, he's from my constituency in Nationala, but he came and told me, sir, my land, somebody has put notice in the newspaper for sale. And when I went to the survey record, I came to know it has been transferred in somebody's name from Kepe, who makes an inventory proceeding in Kepe and transfers the land which is in Nationala and Bardes. It could happen, like I'm from Margaon and I'm coming in Kurzwe, no problem, could happen. So I phoned up the Mamladar and told him, this party will come, please give him certified copy. because you need a certified copy to file an appeal. This is the law. The Mamlatdar said, was he a party? I said, how could he be a party? His grandfather's name is there. His grandfather died in 1943. And without notice, definitely they have not sent this notice to the cemetery, without notice to him, the mutation process has taken place. So he said, no, how can we do? We can give you survey form 1 and 14. I said, no, you are bound to give me a certified copy, not RTI copy. Then after that, I said to him, if RTI was not there, what copy would you have given? Would you have said you are not party? When a fraud is committed, then I told him, you pass an order, I will take you to High Court and I will get a ruling on this. Then he says, no sir, I will give. I said, don't do me a favor. It should be across the board for anybody who comes before you. It's not a favor to me. I will get the law settled and we will have a certified copy. Evening he calls me and asks me, sir, can you give me the mutation number? I give him the mutation number. Much after office hours, frantic calls on my phone. I was at a function. I called him around 8 o'clock in the evening. And he said to me, sir, I did the mutation. Not only one, but properties in Anjuna and other places, 8 mutations were done with that one inventory proceeding. I will revert it. And he did the reversion. But what I'm saying is, how does the revenue department work like this? In the stroke of a pen, 8 properties just go, and God knows who those other people were. And then the gentleman comes back and tells me, the house in which I'm staying was the second property of those 8. Just think of it. So therefore, these kind of things where such kind of frauds will take place, may be unintentional, may be intentional, or maybe now fearing the wrath of the High Court and FIR proceedings, he might have immediately reverted the thing. Therefore, I would urge the government that we need to ensure that this process of mutation and also the process of demarcations are done very carefully. Recently also, the case which I had exposed had demarcation by which land was increased from 2222 to 2,22,222. So you can imagine the scale of the land grabbing which went. And therefore, I urge the government that we need to have something put in place. As far as disaster management, we have had so much rain, we have had so much disaster. But question is, are we having funds enough given to the collectors? Because I believe funds should be given sufficiently to meet these exigencies. You cannot fix these small petty amounts of 50,000 and all, because the collector is the collector of a district. And if the collector is not having access to the funds, the collector cannot take action. Where the money is to be put? You put in one place, everything goes. So I would request the government also, in both the collectorates, to make this, the whole thing done. I also urge that the North Goa collectorate building is in a very bad state. Records also are not being maintained properly. And I have not gone there, but I have heard that there are certain people who are hanging over there who should not ordinarily be there, ex-staff hanging around, interfering in the decision-making process of the administrators. And the administrator is a very good person. Let me say one thing, he's a good person. But unfortunately, he's holding charge, I think, as a sales tax. And therefore, he's not in a position to give full-time attention to Communidades. So many Communidades are there in North Goa. So I would request, either put him full-time here, or give us a full-time administrator in North Goa also. As far as these unauthorized constructions, that regularization of unauthorized construction act, I request the government speed up the process. And second thing, there are discrepancies in the manner in which the officers, the government and the collector understands this. Because the question is, when you speak of an unauthorized construction, what is being looked at? Your initial construction is unauthorized, plus what you build exceeding your FAR within setbacks, also that is unauthorized. When you are considering regularization, what are the parameters for considering regularization? Because I have seen a particular case where they said, oh, your illegal structure, that is within your FAR, so now we are looking at what is beyond, and only that we will consider, because you have some 240 square meters or something like that. So that 240 square meters is being put there. That means you're getting this plus that, which I don't think is intention of the law. So if it is given to one, why should you deprive it to another? I will show the case to the Honorable Minister. So you have an equitable decision. It's not because it was A or it was B, a decision was taken to help or to deprive. And I ask, because you are collecting money, so please decide the cases, let them be put at rest. If it can't be decided, it can't be accepted, reject them. But at least give a finality. Don't keep people hanging forever. There is also one more request I have. The fees which are being charged in the survey and settlement, I think try to rationalize the fees, because lots of people come to ask for documents, and I think the government can make an effort to rationalize fees, or at least don't increase them further. Like I would say, freeze it, maybe for a 3-year period, but don't keep on increasing it every time. As far as employment exchange is concerned, I have one suggestion to the government. I know that there are many problems which you say, keep 100% jobs for Goans. I think there will be a problem. But I believe that we have an Employment Exchange Act. And under the Employment Exchange Act, it is compulsory to notify vacancies in respect of government jobs. It also makes a provision under subsection 2, which says that the government may direct private establishments to notify, but there is no compulsion to take them from that employment exchange. It is in the section. So what I am saying is, notify it. Let them notify the vacancies. They may or may not take, please understand this. You don't force them to take, but at least our children who have got themselves qualified to whatever level, they can apply first. We have already seen people holding trade fairs outside Goa. We have heard them advertising outside Goa for camps. What happens to our children who are studying here, who live here? Finally, we are not going to go there for the camp. All have to come here. And if we are establishing industrial estates for the benefit of generating employment for our people, I think we will be able to cover a lot of ground just by directing them to notify. No, this thing. We have seen recently there was an instance where everybody went up in arms when there was a demand. I'm not making such unreasonable or illegal or unconstitutional demands. I'm saying what is within framework of law, I think which you can do, I think that will go a long way to do that. I am obliged.
Speaker, sir, I'm here to support the demands listed for the day. Regarding the disaster management, आम्ही ह्या दिसांनी पयला आसतले कसलो पावस पडला आनी झाडां उहीच लोकांच्या घरांचेर, लोकांच्या कारांचेर आनी लोकांचेरूय पडोन मनीस पासून आमचे चेडूं मेला. So what I would like the Honorable Minister to give a proper answer as to आता एक म्हणटू झाड आहा आनी तें भाडकाराचें आनी तो भाडकार कट करूंक सोदिना. फॉरेस्टान हें दिलें, डायरेक्शन दिलें, मामलेदारान सगळ्यांनी दिलें, बट ही इज नॉट रेडी टू दीस. हू हॅज टू कट? यू नो, द पंचायत ऑल्सो केन्ना केन्ना भाडकारांक बी येता. नथींग हॅपन्स एंड एट लास्ट द ट्री वीच इज इन अ बॅड स्टेट फॉल्स ऑन द हावस. सो हेजेर तूं मातशें प्लीज ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर गिव अ प्रॉपर आन्सर. आणि अंडर डिजास्टर मॅनेजमेंट 25,000 पंचायतीक येतात. 25,000 ह्या वर्सा येवंकूय ना. लास्ट इयर अर्द्या पंचायतीक येयल्ले, ह्या वर्सा आमचे जाल्या पंचायतीन येवंक ना. एंड दॅट इज पिनट्स, यू नो. दॅट हॅज टू बी इनक्रीज्ड टू एटलिस्ट, यू नो, एक झाड मुळान पासून कातरतले जाल्यार 50,000 मिनिमम. दॅट इज वॉट आय नो, अ बीग ट्री. आतां 25,000 घेवन एक खांदो कातरून वसोंक, you know. So that 25,000 has to be increased to minimum 1 lakh per panchayat, I feel. Regarding the time frame to complete any case of tenancy or munkarial case, कितें तरी टायम फ्रेम दी आमच्या मामलेदारांक नाजाल्यार फकत तारीख पे तारीख जावन वर्सांची वर्सां आमचे जाणटे लोक बावडे टेनन्सीक घालतात नाल्यार मुणकारियल रायट्साक घालतात आनी येतात आनी वयतात. सम ऑफ देम मस्ट हॅव ऑल्सो डायड एंड गॉन. गिव देम अ सर्टन टायम फ्रेम विदीन वीच 1 वर्स 2 वर्सां 3 वर्सां समथींग within which they have to dispose of the cases. We have a very shortage of staff in MAPSA, Mamledar building. And Mamledar asता to, even the main Mamledar or the joint Mamledar, they go for this law and order problem. They करतात केन्ना ट्रेनिंगाक वयतात केन्ना इलेक्शन ड्युटी केन्ना हे करून dates दीत रावतात. And poor people, sometimes they don't know, they come and then they find that board is put. It means Mamledar is gone for training, Mamledar is gone for law and order. तांकां त्रास जाता आनी भोव करून आमच्या जाणट्या लोकांक त्रास जाता. स्पीकर सर, हेजे तुमी करचे ह्या लॉ एंड ऑर्डर नाजाल्यार कितें ट्रेनिंग इलेक्शन ड्युटी आहा पासून जाल्यार these people have to be informed somehow. Don't make them come to the Mamledar office and then return back, especially when they are old and they live so far. And आमचे mutation cases have to be fast track. आमच्या आसगांवची एक केस म्हाका हांवें पळयल्ली ती एका दिसान, that also on a Sunday. If that Pooja Sharma's mutation case could mutation can be done, why not of our local people? आमचे लोकल लोक वयता तेन्ना ते म्हणटा पयले पब्लिकेशन मागीर नोटीस आनी मागीर स्टडी करता म्हणटा. This is not acceptable. When Pooja Sharma's case, I mean mutation could be done in 1 day, and that also on a Sunday. I think our local people has to be prioritized first. आमच्या मामलेदार ऑफिस building in MAPSA, there is no lift, Yeah, some thing has to be put in place where our old senior citizens, nazalar disabled, kohe te second floor ar chottele, I really don't know. There, you have to send someone to check. There is sometimes no water in that toilets also, and parking becomes a problem. That also. आणि आमच्या जॉईंट मामलेदारांचे ते कोर्ट रूम 6 ते 7 लोक उबी रावंक जाता आनी इतल्यो त्यो फायल्यो पडलेल्यो आहा मामलेदाराचे केन्ना केन्ना तोंड पासून दिसना. इट्स सो स्मॉल. I think that full Mamledar building has to be demolished and ne banung jai with parking underground. But this has to be done on a priority. And आमचे माणसो आहात आमच्या शिवोली कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीनी खूब आहात. This has gone to WRD. I will give it to you also. Please look into that. Regarding labor, हे जे unorganized labor आहात टिट्याचेर उबे असतात तेंच्यो रेट्यो कोहे तरी तुमी सारक्यो करच्यो. टिट्यार गेल्यार लेबराची रेट इट इज मिनिमम 1000 आनी तो गोवणी कित आहा तो 1200 to 1500 वयता. So nobody is regulating that. That if you do that, the full of Goa, Goaikar amche tujer sarke happy astele. Do something to regulate ye amche unorganized laborers rates. आणि कोमिंदादाचे जेन्ना आमी उलयतात आमचे आसगांव सर कितलीच कोमिंदाची प्रॉपर्टी तेणी लेटरूय केल्ली आहा तुज्या ऑफिसान. कितल्योच लॅक्स एंड लॅक्स ऑफ स्क्वेअर मिटर्स लँड ग्रॅबिंगान गेल्ले आहा. ते SITनूय आहा ते केसीस. So, and Asagaon Communidades property especially, that you please look into it. Regarding the waste management, I think the garbage treatment plant in our Kalangut is a blessing to this coastal belt in North Goa. Around 33 panchayats or more than that. सगळे आपले गार्बेज हाडटात आनी आमच्या गार्बेज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांटान घालतात. सो जे weaker panchayats आहा, in my constituency there are 2 panchayats who are very weak, 7-member panchayat. They cannot afford that 2 lakhs. I mean 3 to 4 lakh per month एक contractor घेता garbage collect करपाक एक म्हयन्याक. So they cannot afford. And ते 2 lakh पासून ते director of panchayat दितालो every year panchayat तेही बंद केला. So they have no funds. I would request you this C category panchayat or to help them to collect the waste. And thank you very much, sir.
Shri Ganesh Gankar.
Speaker sir, जे सभागृहा मुखार डिमांड्स आसा त्या डिमांड्साक सपोर्ट करपाक आनी कट मोशन एज पर लिस्ट नंबर 4 तांकां ऑपोज करपाक हांव उबो रावला. 1-2 मेन्शन करतलो फक्त. पयले सुवातेर मिनिस्टराचे उपकार मानता ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ सावड्डेच्या लोकांचे. आमकां धारबांदोड्या तालुक्याक नवो तालुको, ह्या तालुक्याक आमकां सेटलमेंट एंड लँड रेकॉर्ड्स ऑफिस जाय आसलेलें. जेन्ना हें फॉलो अप केलें तेन्ना माननीय मंत्र्यांनी ताबडतोब तें ऑफिस आमच्या धारबांदोड तालुक्याक दिलें आनी स्वता येवन उद्घाटन करून गेले. त्या खातीर हांव तेंचो उपकारी आसा. आनी त्याच प्रमाणे तेंच्या पयलींची त्यांच्या मिसेसीचे कारकिर्दीक जेन्ना त्यांची मिसेस रेव्हेन्यू मिनिस्टर आसलेली तेन्ना त्या तालुक्याच्या डेप्युटी कलेक्टर ऑफिसाच्या बिल्डिंगेचेंय उद्घाटन जाल्लें. त्या खातीर आमच्या सगळ्या लोकांच्या वतीन हांव माननीय मंत्र्यांक धन्यवाद म्हणटा. 1-2 विशय जे म्हाका मांडपा जाय ते प्रामुख्यान अशें आसा की फॉरेस्ट रायट एक्टाच्यो केसी जेन्ना डिसायड करता तेन्ना डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवलाचेर कलेक्टराचो इनवॉल्वमेंट जाता. आनी कलेक्टराचो इनवॉल्वमेंट जाता तेन्ना फाटल्या दिसांनी कितें जाल्लें की म्हाका दिसता 1-2 वर्सां पयलीं ज्यो सब डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवलाचेर कमिटी जी डिसायड करता तितली एरिया त्या लोकांक रिकमेंड करून दिना ऑर्डर दिता आसतना. डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवलाचेर डिसिजन असो घेतलेलो एक फावटी की एक झाडाक एवरेज 40 स्क्वेअर मिटर जागा दिवप आनी जी झाडां ग्रो जाल्ली काजूची म्हणा जावं फणसाची आंब्याची ती झाडां धरून पर ट्री जर 40 स्क्वेअर मिटर धरलो आमी त्या प्रमाणे कॅल्क्युलेशन करून तांकां ऑर्डर दिल्या. आतां एक विशय कसो निर्माण जाता स्पिकर सर की एक झाड समज हांगा आसा आनी एक दुसरें झाड जें आसा तें 80 मिटराचेर आसा जाल्यार मदली जी जागा आसा न्ही ती जागा कशी तो हें करतलो यूज करतलो. त्या खातीर आनी ते ल्हान झाडां आसा ती कॅल्क्युलेट करिनासतना ती कन्सिडर करिनासतना ह्यो थोड्यो ऑर्डरी जाल्ल्यो आसा. म्हजी विनंती आसा माननीय मंत्र्याक की त्यो ऑर्डरी करेक्शन करपाची अत्यंत गरज आसा. सब डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवलाचेर 5000 स्क्वेअर मिटर एरिया जर समज रिकमेंड केल्या जाल्यार डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवलाचेर ती 1000 केल्या 1500 केल्या आनी हो लोकांक थोडेशे त्रास जाल्लो आसा. तेजे पयलीं कितें केल्लें तेजे पयलीं ते जे एक्चुअल एरिया आसा ती दिल्ली आसा तेजे नंतरूय एक्चुअल एरिया दिल्ली आसा. थोडो मदले गॅप जो आसलेलो तो करेक्शन करपाची गरज आसा. म्हजी रिक्वेस्ट आसा माननीय मंत्र्याक हितून लक्ष घालून ह्या लोकांक हो रिलीफ दिवचो. आनी दुसरो एक म्हजो विशय जो आसा ह्या रेव्हेन्यू डिपार्टमेंटाच्या खात्याचे बद्दल तो म्हणजे एनक्रोचमेंट्स रेग्युलरायजेशन जे आसा लोकांचे खूब वर्सां पयलींचे आनी सादारण म्हाका दिसता 2 जनरेशन जाले एनक्रोचमेंट लोकांनी केल्ले आसा ते रेगुलायज जाल्ले ना आनी खुबशे लोक कितें जाल्ले आसा की एक्सपायर जाल्ले आसा तेंच्या नांवाचें एनक्रोचमेंट आसलेले तशेंच पडून आसा आनी ते जाता कितें की जे लोक शेत रोयता जावं कितें प्लांटेशन जें पळय केल्लें आसा न्ही तांकां एग्रीकल्चर डिपार्टमेंटाचे सबसिडीज जावं बेनिफिट्स घेवपाक मेळना ती रेगुलायजेशन ज्यो पळय केसीस आसा ते जर हँडल केल्यो आनी त्या लोकांक जर मालकी हक्क दिलो अश्यो केसीस धारबांदोड्या सांग्या काणकोणा खूब आसा आनी म्हजी विनंती आसा माननीय मंत्र्याक की रेगुलरायजेशन ऑफ एनक्रोचमेंट्स हेजेर थोडें जर लक्ष जर घातलें आनी त्या लोकांक जर न्याय दिलो जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता ह्या लोकांचें सगळ्यांचें बरें जातलें परत एकदां ह्या डिमांडाक सपोर्ट करता थँक्यू स्पीकर सर
Alesh Lawrence.
Speaker sir, I rise to support the demands listed today. Settlement and records. Settlement and records hachi ulayta asतना lot of discussions takes place on settlement and records. It is a very crucial thing as far as any property document that is concerned. Survey plan has got so many issues. Survey records have got so many issues. Speaker sir, I have one case where in one of the inspection reports by the ISLRA, the complainant in one of the case is the survey inspector. Conflict of interest maintains other. So I'll prove that, I'll give that case number where the officer is the officer who is surveying the land. When in question, he is the complainant in for one of the works. It should not happen like that. Conflict of interest should be avoided. I don't know how it has come. Downloading of survey plans. Survey plans we were downloading. Took a long time. It should not take so long time as far as survey plans are concerned. Care should be taken to see that survey plan immediately madpa jai. Collector South Goa ulaytasana, I do not want to speak much, but certainly Collector South Goa ulaytasana tege maste toilet ho maste lim jai ni bare. Bito swata jale te lift is sarke asna. Try and do something for the maintenance. Try and give an AMC for the lifts. The lifts have to be proper. There are so many old people going. Bitosatan collector and Bitosatas also their left hand toilet hai doni ladies and gents doni toilet monte sarke nahi. Mutation cases ami right from ex chief minister time chair assembly am ulai dai tege mutation dalal ek disani. Mutation monte ek disani eku dalna. Zaid mutation ek disan dale. But sogli mutation padha ती जावपा जाय बेगीन. That collector South Goan administration म्हणटे हांवें पयले collector फोन मारलो सांगपाक एंट्री करता आसतना प्रोसिजर आज सकल वयला एप्लिकेशन काडटा आनी तुका मॅसेज येता तें एप्लिकेशन डॉक्युमेंट्स ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टी फॉर कन्वर्शन. I can't understand a mere clerk. I am with due respect to that person as a clerk. तो सांगता डॉक्युमेंट सारक ना म्हणून डॉक्युमेंट सारक ना म्हणून कितको सांगता तो आनी मॅसेज येता 4 पाट मॅसेज येता. सो आय ब्रॉट इट टू द नोटीस ऑफ द कलेक्टर that in the case of the conversion sanad, thrice the application, let it go inside. Let the officer say that the documents are not right. Pile and tuck. That means the buck stops, or rather buck starts there. So it should not be the case. So I brought it to the notice of the collector south. Ada collector southern mutation cases are high, partition cases high. Please see what is happening there. एक केस फास्ट जाता, एक केस स्लो जाता. ती कित्याक जाता फास्ट, कित्याक जाता स्लो? Pay attention to it. It's not about corruption. It's more about administration. Don't tell me there is no corruption. But what about the justice done to a common person? Selective amnesia jata for cases. Why? Pay attention there, Speaker sir. Munkar cases म्हणतो हांव उलयना कित्याक munkar cases, I think many cases are been solved, but some of them are not. So just see whether that backlog is there. Ata recommendations of Kumda Dulaita Sona. I think my colleague Carlos Alvarez also spoke on the convention. At convention, how many suggestions have you accepted? Time and again we are saying here, we are speaking in the assembly, thank convention and tany rules kelle. Amuna tu soglege. Amuna tu soglege yopana amu. Then tu yan sangbana ka. But at least take some good suggestions from them. Convention zale, kahin zalna. They also are waiting for this. See, ultimately, end of the day, I always believe that how we are not measured in how good we are, how less bad we are. At least try and meet those records. Let them at least say that we are less bad. So I would request the Honorable Minister to take up some of their things. Atam fraudulent transfers of land munte is a big issue. Aj Honorable my member Cabral rightfully has said, land in question which has been fraudulently transferred, why the owner should suffer? Why is the owner suffering? Tuge case kor, tuge kit kotten kor, no one stops you. But the owner should have justice. Tege land te. Tege adlan but kone dale tras kante land yelo land. Kit kong yelo te am kanna. Let us not go into details of that. Then badan kiten dale kon kelte. Tene kam kelte badache. Suddenly ata kon otta. Tuge case sata tu kit ko hego tolo. These are all important things where justice to the locals, directly to the owner. Anto amge goengar. Atan Kumdadin, I have brought 2-3 cases. I am happy to say that as a legislator, jail land transfer kelale, fraudulently transfer kelale, Sukor Kumdadin, I have brought it back to the Kumdad. Successive assembly issue again. Azun dekho ek transfer dalna. High Court and writ petition gala, owner has said, owner is a Communidades. High Court and writ petition aha, mamladara sangila, kadyani, then land mutation puttun assess kori mono. Azun dekho mamladar assess konna. I'll give you the details. I've been continuously following it up. When Rohan was the revenue minister, now you are the revenue minister, continuously I've been following up. Ek such case aha, Kumdadin land fraudulently transfer केले, wing pa काढले, ते माका approach केली, कोण असं कोणा दोला ना, but it's a matter of principle. हुई तोरी एक कोणे तेंग बोडे मारपा जाई, दुसऱ्या बिवपाक. I brought the case, I have given the details, continuously check each and every assembly session. I have been following up. Please see that 222/1, 233/1 of Sukur village, Serula Kumdad. Land grabbings, land grabbings, Serula Kumdad in survey number 138-1, plot number 8. I have put a start question. Tinga ek issue verify it. Somebody has complained. Verify it. See whether it is right. If it is right, take action. If it is wrong, also tell me. There is no problem, because it could be that the issue is raised improperly or improperly, whatever. At the encroachments of Communidades in Kurtori, at Amge Kurtori ek sheta ha, akke aade ha, aadin ek chok ha. These are all important things. At see how the person who has encroached is taking advantage. I'll give you a classic case. Kumdad is not functioning, munta advantage geta. Kumdad in tegele relative ha. To gata an advantage geta. Sheta poiling Kumdadichi shetkara dilli. Tin bidar to private sheta hai. If I complain to the land survey is saying there is no local study for me. That means I am not the landowner. So I in fact raised it in one of the resolutions also, in one of the calling attention. So I want the Honorable Minister to measure all lands underfilled. Start with Kurtori. Go to the next constituency next. Start with Kurtori. Sogli Sheta Sarik Mejni. Shet count roita hai record aradia. Ek doizer koria. Now assembly time on record of the house that I was in Bombay. And I was just talking to one of the guys. I was on the 65th story of the one of the buildings. So I was talking to him. To Zantizal Vado. To mak sangtalo 10 वर्स पयलीं म्हणला 20 वर्स पयलीं हें तें बिल्डींग बांदलेलें जायत ओपन स्पेस आहलोली ते सायडीन आनी बिल्डींग ल्हान आहलोलें आज बिल्डींग हळ जालें म्हणपाक लागलो बट ही सगळी जमीन आहली थिंग कांय नासलेलें हिंग फकत शेत आहलीं उदो आहलोलें गोरवां आसतालीं जस्ट 40-50 years back. So I want next 50 years, you don't know what's going to happen here. I am on record also to say today Vishwajit is the town planning minister, tomorrow Vijay will be the town planning minister. Nothing will stop here. It will be a new avatar in a new old wine in a new bottle. Nothing will stop. But let's save something for the future. And this is something that will save for the future. If we bring on record all the fields that are there, at least the low-lying fields are there and are demarcated and kept for posterity. Let one copy be with the Marmad, let one copy be with the association, let one copy be with the Communidades, let one copy be in the archives. The right of way of water, all the water balancing reservoirs, then chok muntai te. Amge chok hai te, we are balancing the salt water and the fresh water. Chok muntai tenga. All that to be measured. So I want an assurance from the minister that you will start with Kurtori, all fields you will mark. Put that in proper shape and proper plan as per geo mapping, everything. Give me a dossier by at least, I'll give you 1 year to do it. I'll give you 1.5 years, I'll give you 2 years. We have given machinery, we have given, as IDC, we have given them new equipments for measuring land survey. We have spent almost more than 1.5 crore of rupees. Put those machinery into use. Give me a proper plan, proper dossier of all the fields that are cultivated. I will look into Kurtori, at least our constituency, Kurtori constituency, having a proper plan for fields. Encroacheranche haतीचे attack करूया. तो कोण जाऊं? तो regional जाऊं. मुगे encroachment झाले म्हणजे action जावपा जाय. Speaker sir, all this I am raising because there are issues which ani mukar ani शेतान थोडी हाय ती. From when I आमदार जालो तेन्ना 40% आलोले cultivation. I'm 90% वयला तें दवरया आनी सांबाळया. स्पीकर सर, आतां मॅनेजिंग कमिटीज आहाय कुमदादीच्यो अनऑथरायज्ड हें आहा तेंगेले थोड्यांगेले इश्यूज आहाय बाब कालुसान रेज केला. सी वॉट इट इज whether they have been given government administrative approval, government approval गेलो हा ना जाल्यार तेंगे land, see that it is, if anybody is involved, see that action is taken. आतां all this laboraचे उलयता आसतना child laboraचेर prohibition actaचेर still there are cases that are happening. 1% of construction costs as construction welfare fund aha. The government is not able to spend it. Go to the center, see if you can re-amend the act and see that it can be used. It is quite a big money. Speaker sir, employment aji ulayta asana. I'll just finish in 1 minute, Speaker sir. Science and technology. Employment aji ulayta asana. Please see what action you are taking, at least in central government PSUs. In other states, central government PSUs are reserving jobs for locals. See that there are so many PSUs here. Shipyard, Kitleha. What steps are you taking to see that Goans are employed in whatever categories? Please take concrete steps. I know it is a central government. State forms part of the center. But in other states, Maharashtra, there are some steps taken. See if we can involve it. Science and technologies. I want to congratulate the government for our Chief Minister also and the Minister for getting a patent for bricks from waste. It is a waste management corporation that has got a patent. So I want to congratulate them. Speaker sir, invention of bricks will go a long way in the construction. GI tag for Goan items. In Kaju Fest also she has got a GI tag, so I congratulate her. Speaker sir, with this I would urge the government, as being part of the government, that fields have to be protected. I want a clear-cut assurance from the minister that he has to give me the roadmap, whether he wants 1 year, 2 years. Complete dossier, fully sargo, with geo mapping, with exact locations of what is present. And they be there to assist him. And by next year, we have a plan for of all the fields in Gurtori, low lying first and magi oily. Thank you, Speaker, sir.
Wednesday Vegas.
Because, sir, I stand by to oppose the demands and support the cut motions moved by me. Like to, as I speak on demand number 7, 15, 16, 33, 52, 60 and 72. Speaker, sir, firstly, Speaker, sir, जेन्ना आम ल्हान आसले आनी अशें करून युनिफॉर्म घालून आसले तेन्नासून हांव मिनिस्टर बाबुशाक एक लायक कोताले कित्याक तालिगांव म्हणचे सारकें टीप टॉप आज देखून आम म्हणाले म्हणटा न्हू हे रस तालिगांव भाशेन जावपा जाय सो वाय आय से दीस ही इज वन पर्सन वीथ ग्रेट पोटेंशियल एंड हू कॅन डू थिंग्स कापोस्ताद आल्लोलो आनी आज सालसेती देखून म्हणटाय बाबुशाको दिल जातलें हांव काम सो स्पीकर सर हांवें एक धाकटेंशें हें बरयलां इन फेवर ऑफ हीज पोटेंशियल मिनिस्टर ओ मिनिस्टर so efficient and so fine, but what's the point of speed when you are stuck in neutral time? You are like a car with powerful engine, but seems now no wheels to move. A lot of potential in you, but no progress to prove. Speaker sir, these departments, what this minister is holding are most powerful departments unseen. But ते काम जे जावपा आहा, जे भाशेन आमकां दिसता, तेको जें काम कोण दाखोवपा जाता ते भाशेन हे सगळे डिपार्टमेंटान तें काम मूव जायना आय रियली डोंट नो वाय बट स्टार्टींग विथ नंबर 7 कॅडस्ट्रल प्लान्स जे मॅप आहाय ते रिस्टोरेशन जावपा जाय थोडें जाता थोडें जायना आय डोंट नो वाय इज ही फेसिंग डिफिकल्टीज वेन ऑल I think are agreeing that this cadastral plans should be all digitalized. 100% digitalization जावपा जाय. Everybody is agreeing, including the Chief Minister will agree. So why budget is not being done? कित्या जायना हें? आम सेंट्रल कुमदादी जोनांतू हांव प्रेसिडेंट नॉर्थ आनी सावथूय आहा. कुमदादी प्लान जे आहाय ते केशे आज पासून जायनाय. हांव नको तो कित्या फेस करता ही प्रॉब्लमा. सगळे दुसरे मिनिस्टर आहाय ते रोखडे कन्सल्टंट अपॉइंट करताय म्हाका दिसना तेकाय डिफिकल्टी कन्सल्टंट अपॉइंट करून करपा जाय आय थिंक दीस इज द नीड ऑफ द आवर एंड इट हॅज टू बी क्लोज्ड इफ दीस बजट देन दीस बजट नेक्स्ट बजट देन नेक्स्ट बजट टायम बाउंड सर्विसीस इन ऑल हीज डिपार्टमेंट्स दॅट ही इज होल्डिंग तेंका एक अकाउंटेबिलिटी म्हणून ना कलेक्टरांक गेले जाल्यार थिंग ना डिजास्टर मॅनेजमेंटाक गेले जाल्यार थिंग ना सगळे जे सर्विसीस सगळे जे डिमांड्स तेगे जे आहाय तितू अकाउंटेबिलिटी ऑफ टायम बाउंड सर्विसीस ना एंड ही इज द ओनली पर्सन हू कॅन एन्श्योर दीस अकाउंटेबिलिटी कित्याक स्टार्टींग सांगितलें ही इज अ पावरफूल इंजीन तो तेकोडे हें जातलें ना जाल्यार आनी म्हाका दिसना हेजे फाटल्यान कोणूय मिनिस्टर येयलो जाल्यार हे टायम बाउंड सर्विसीस करपा जाता म्हणून ही हॅज दॅट पोटेंशियल ही नोज द टेक्नॉलॉजी दॅट इज बींग यूज्ड फॉर टायम बाउंड सर्विसीस ॲप घालपा जाय डिजिटलायजेशन करपा जाय आनी ऑटोमेटेड रिप्लाय ह्युमन इंटरफेस जो आहा तो कमी करपाचो हें तेका सगळें खबर आहा आनी अकाउंटेबिलिटी ऑफ ऑल हीज सर्विसीस करपाक म्हाका दिसता इफ ही पुट्स हीज फूट डावन ही कॅन गेट इट डन एंड दीस इज वॉट इज रिक्वायर्ड बिकॉज सर इन ऑल हीज डिपार्टमेंट्स नॉर्थ गोवा कलेक्टरेट बिल्डिंग्स बिकॉज सर तेका पयशे दिवपा जाय ते आख्खें बिल्डिंगू न्यू करूं जाय आनी टोटली न्यू इक्विप्ड डिजिटलायज with latest technology for everybody working there. I think you need to work on this to get an entire new building for the North Goa Collectorate and then we can talk what to do inside that. Regarding the South Goa Collectorate, I think बारके वस्तू एकूण आमकां तार्यार मेळनाय थिंग म्हाका सदां टॉयलेट गेले जाल्यार चोवपाना लिफ्ट म्हणटा तूंय उलयला स्पिकर सर लिफ्टी AMC करपा जाय म्हूण तूंच उलयला स्पिकर सर एक बरें दिसता की आम कट मोशन मूव कोताय म्हूण तुम रुलींग आहा तेंका तुमकांय उलोवपा मेळटा आम आज कट मोशन मूव करूंक ना जाल्यार तुमकांय उलोवपा मेळना आसलें तुमकांय सांगोंक काय मेळना आसलें सो इट इज गूड दॅट आम कट मोशन मूव कोताय म्हूण पूण स्पिकर सर कलेक्टर बिल्डिंगांत गेले जाल्यार तें जें मेंटेनन्स आहा तें बॅड इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर वायज इट हॅज टू बी बुस्टेड अप हांव नको कित्याक मिनिस्टरा पयशे फंड दिनाय ते बट हें गरज आहा थिंगा आनी म्हाका दिसता हें इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट When I am coming to demand number 16, disaster management. Speaker sir, disaster management is in disaster for several years. And I do not know if we ask accountability from the minister. Ki last year tu kit kela disaster management acho graph oi rospak जाल्यार तो दिवपाक शकतलो ओ ना. दिवपाक शकता जाल्यार तें दिवचें आन्सराक, दिवपाक शकना जाल्यार एकटे वर्सा पूण प्लॅन काडचो की एकटे पाट मन्सून सेशना जेन्ना डिजास्टर मॅनेजमेंटाचेर अकाउंटेबिलिटी मागताय, वॉट हॅव यू डन टू एक्सेलरेट this disaster management to get हे आहा गोंयभर, what have you done? Next monsoon session आपण सांगोचें, आज जे आन्सर ना जाल्यार तुकडे. Management techniques is missing in the disaster management. Training is missing to those guys. Implementation of disaster management with accountability is missing. Demolition squad आहा, demolition squad गेले equipment upgradation ना, तेंक budget कोण गाय नाही, तेंक ते कित कोताय ते accountability ना. There is everywhere manual interface. There is no auto-generated interface which will help to mitigate जे corruption जाता, जे कितें corruption जावपाक शकता, that can be mitigated with digitalization. आणि हे demolition squadaक गरजेचें, कित्याक demolition squad जेन्ना वयता तें demolition करपाक वयता आनी तेंक जायत प्रॉब्लम आसताय. दुसरी गजाल की आज पासून demolition कडेन कांय केलें ना जातलें. सो केल जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता तेजे एक अकाउंटेबिलिटी दिवची की डिमोलिशन स्क्वॉडान कितली वस्तू आख्या सावथाक डिमॉलिश केले एज पर द लँड अँड रेव्हेन्यू एक्ट सेक्शन 32-33 तेज प्रमाण तुमी कितू एक्झिक्यूट केला. इल्लिगल लँड फिलिंग एक्शन अंडर लँड रेव्हेन्यू कोड. बिकॉज सर हांव खुद हेच गेले ते मन्सून सेशना हांवें एक सर्वे नंबर दिल्लो आनी हांवें सांगलोलें हिंग इल्लिगल चलत म्हूण. आतां हांव सर्वे नंबरूय दिवपाक बंद केले कित्याक हे डिपार्टमेंट सारकें चलना. ते काटाय TCPचे घाताय, TCP काटाय तेंचेर घाताय. बट इल्लिगली एग्रीकल्चर लँड फिलिंग जरी तर हुंय जाता जाल्यार तें एज पर लँड रेव्हेन्यू कोड सारकें पोतोन रिस्टोर जायना. आनी हें जावपा जाय आनी हें जालें जाल्यारूच आमच्यांनी जायते आमगे जे शेतां आहाय ती इल्लिगली पुरयताय ते सांबाळपा जाता. बिकॉज वी कॅनॉट पास द बॉल. स्पीकर सर coming to demand number 33. Because Christian carpenteraगे आमगेलो इश्यू आसा. because हांवें दोन पाटी ऑलरेडी 0 hour कॉलिंग एटेन्शनाक आयिल्लें म्हाका उलोवपाकूय दिवना. Because there is fear and anxiety in the minds of Christian carpenters, Mesta, because the government is not making any provision as per Article 15(4) and 16(4) of the Constitution, which empowers the state to make any special provisions for the advancement of any socially or educationally backward classes of citizens, and permits the state to make provisions of the reservations of appointments of posts in favor of any backward class of citizens, and or the government of Goa to notify and include the Christian carpenters as Vishwakarma or Chari or Mesta in the state list as backward class of citizens for the purpose of the above mentioned articles, and continue and the benefits to be continued to them by issuing an appropriate notification for inclusion or for amendment corrigendum to the existing steps that the government needs to take for them. Speaker sir, temka जे क्रिस्तांव कार्पेंटर जे मेस्त आहाय तेमकां आमगेले स्टेट OBC लिस्टां इन्क्लूड करूंक जाय. स्पीकर सर आमगेलो बाणालेचो ZP ह्या पॉयंटा लागून डिस्क्वॉलिफाय केल्लो. म्हाका 2 वर्स ह्या पॉयंटाचेर उलोवपाक मेळना. स्पीकर सर पूण कित्याक लागून डिस्क्वॉलिफाय जाल्लो, कोण इश्यू केल्लें? स्पीकर सर जे कोणें तेका OBC सर्टिफिकेट दिल्ली एक 15 वर्स पयलें या 10 वर्स पयलें जेन्ना तो भुरगो आसलो आनी इंजिनियरींग करपाक वचपाक सोदतालो ते 10 वर्स पयलीं तेका गव्हर्मेंटानूय दिल्ली, तेजी इन्क्वायरी जावपा जाय. स्पीकर सर तेका डिस्क्वॉलिफाय केलो. आतां म्हज्यान उलोवपाक जाता. प्लस 2020 जेन्ना तेंगे इलेक्शन जाल्ली तेन्ना तेका परत न्यू OBC सर्टिफिकेट दिल्ली. तेन्नाय जे कोण OBC सर्टिफिकेट गव्हर्मेंट मनशान दिल्ली, जे कोण गव्हर्मेंट सर्वंट आसलो तेजेय चवकशी जावपा जाय. हाऊ डीड यू ऑल गिव हिम दॅट OBC सर्टिफिकेट? इफ यू ऑल आर सेइंग दॅट दिस इज नॉट अप्रूव्ड, आमकां कोर्टां वचों पडटा, फायट करूं पडटा. सो आज हें फायंड आउट करपा जाय. नंबर 1, वाय वॉज दीस OBC सर्टिफिकेट इश्यूड टू हिम if it was not correct? And second thing, आतां गोंयभर क्रिस्तांव मेस्ता प्रॉब्लेम जालें. हे कोर्टां वचोन आम भायर पडले म्हणटरी गोंयभर क्रिस्तांव मेस्ता प्रॉब्लेम जालें. सो हे क्रिस्तांव मेस्ताक स्टेट OBC लिस्टांक घालचे आनी मिनिस्टराक मागोता की हेजें काम करचें, कित्याक जितले कार्पेंटर आहाय गोंयभर कार्पेंटर आहाय, गोंयभर जे कार्पेंटर क्रिस्तांव मेस्ता आहाय तेंकां हो बेनिफीट जातलो. स्पीकर सर स्पीकर सर, खजान लँडाचेर आमी उलयलाय. स्पीकर सर, खजान लँडाचेर एज पर सेक्शन 32 ऑफ द गोवा दमन and due land revenue code 1968, section 32 and section 33. In section 33(3), it talks about restoration of the land. It says that the land to be restored to its original use or to observe the condition on which the permissions is granted within such reasonable period as the collector may by notice in writing direct. Speaker sir, in issue aha ki jo ko puroyta शेत पुरयता तेका नोटीस धाडटा कलेक्टर की तुवें रिस्टोर करचें म्हणून, आनी तो कोण ना जाल्यार कित्याक तो करपा ना, तेका जरी तो तें पुरोवपा जाय तो कित्याक रिस्टोर करतलो, तें कोण ना जाल्यार कलेक्टर हॅज द पावर्स टू एन्श्योर दॅट दॅट लँड इज रिस्टोर्ड एंड टू क्लेम द मनी. पयशे जे आहाय ते तेका वचून क्लेम करपाक, कितें कोण जाल्यार क्लेम करपाक. पूण कलेक्टरा कडेन रेव्हेन्यू ना, पयशे ना, बजेट ना, कितकोन तो हें करतलो, तो शेवाळ हुंच धाडटलो, तो PWD सांगतलो, PWD को बजेट आहा एसो हें करपाकू. So here is the problem, Speaker sir. There should be proper mechanism given to the collector as per this code, as per this section. Illegally तुवें जर लँड फिलिंग केलें जाल्यार तें काडून घेवपाक, शेवाड्या पयशे शॉर्ट टेंडर करून तें करपाक म्हाका सदां हें घालपा जाय. हें गेले त्या वर्साकूय उरयल्लें स्पीकर सर, आनी हें आज गरजेचें स्पीकर सर. स्पीकर सर, हांव जेन्ना उलयतालो तेन्ना म्हाका CM म्हणपा लागलो की हांव जाय तें डेव्हलपमेंट कोता मुगे कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीन, जें CM सर्व अप्रूव करता. पूण हांव BJP जे व्हॉलिंटियर आहाय आनी BJP कार्यकर्ता बाणाले कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी आहाय थिंग कोना, डांबोर गायना, रस्ते कोना. हांव नोको कितू कार्यकर्ता आहाय बाणाल्या तेंगेले, बट कोना म्हणे मुजे म्हाका तें म्हळें, हांवें म्हळें ना हें रॉंग. सो आज स्पीकर सर, हांव आज एक हिंगे डिमांडा घालूं सोदिता की रोड एक्सेस इश्यू आहा. Joint Mamladar 3 of Salseta kade case number JM3 MCA 1/2022. This is a basically access issue for Hindu Samaj Seva Sangh from Varka, whose road access is blocked, and the case is before the Joint Mamladar. Hindu community used to get together and organize puja and Hindu rituals, but it is stopped now due to this road blockage. आता हांव BJP गे कार्यकर्त्यांगे काम कोना म्हणटाय न्हू. आता हांव हें घायलां, डिमांडाचें घायलां, तुमी कोण दिया ह्यात स्पीकर सर. हे तुमगेले कार्यकर्ता, तुमगेलो लोक, तुमी जर तर म्हणटाय जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता हें फायल क्लियर करची. तेंगेले देवळां वचपाचें वो तेंगेले जे ते सर्विसीस, स्पिरिच्युअल सर्विसीस कोताय ती वाटी तुमी करून दिवची. हांवें घायलां, हांव तुकाय दितां, मातशें हेजें फॉलोअप करून घे. स्पीकर सर, कुमदाद कन्वेन्शन जाल्लें, कुमदाद कन्वेन्शनाचें हांव उलयलां. मातशें जात जाल्यार 7 ऑगस्ट जाच पयलें, हिंगसोन आमी भायर वच पयलें कितें पूण एक नोटिफिकेशन काड दॅट गिवींग कन्फर्मेशन दॅट यू वील एक्झिक्यूट वॉट एवर वॉज डिस्कस्ड इन द कन्वेन्शन विथ सम डेडलायन. तितलें पू कर. तें अंडर कन्सिडरेशन म्हणून बजेट काबा जाय तुमी सदां. बरें कर तूं. आनी कुमदाद बिल्डींग जी आहाय स्पीकर सर, कुमदाद बिल्डींग रिस्टोरेशन ऑफ कुमदाद बिल्डींग इज अ मस्ट. सेंट्रल कुमदाद बिल्डींग जे पणजी आहा तें रिस्टोर केलो आनी बिकॉज दॅट ऑफिसर हू वॉज देर, हांव नको नांव घेवपा जाता जाल्यार एप्रिशिएट करता आसतना, बट गीता नार्वेकर म्हणलेली ऑफिसर आहली थिंगा आनी शी हॅड डन अ व्हेरी गूड जॉब. तुमी ते एकूच चोवपा जाय, जरी तर शी कॅन डू द नॉर्थ गोवा कुमदाद बिल्डींग एंड द साउथ गोवा, ते एकूय अपॉइंट करून, बिकॉज शी न्यू हाव टू गेट इट ऑर्गनायज. आय एम एप्रिशिएटिंग दीस ऑफिसर स्पीकर सर. स्पीकर सर, ट्री कटिंग अंडर डिजास्टर मॅनेजमेंट ऑलरेडी एवरीबडी हॅज स्पोकन. स्पीकर सर, स्ट्रीम लायन कर. मिनिस्टरान म्हाका सांगिलां ज्यो झाड कातरपा जाय हाडान दी, बट आमी सगळे 40 जाण अशें करून करपा जायना. कितें जाल्यार करपा जाय स्पीकर सर. एक बजेट दवर तूं 1 लाख रुपया 2 लाख रुपया आनी दांडो ग्रावंड आहा, सगळे जाणाय दांडो ग्रावंड बांदाले स्पीकर सर. त्या ग्रावंडाक येदो ओळ आहा जंक्शना कडेन. आतां कातरपा प्रॉब्लम, कोण 14,000 म्हणटाय, कोण 15,000 म्हणटाय, कोण 20,000 म्हणटाय. इट इज नॉट अबाउट द मनी. सिस्टमांतल्यान जावपा जाय. एक सिस्टम आसपा जाय तो कातरपा पयशे दिवपा कोणूय. So I think I will bring this to your notice, bring it to the collector's notice. But this is one tree which I have in the mind which will cause disaster at any point of time and somebody could die. हे करून घेवपा जाय स्पीकर सर. स्पीकर सर, म्युटेशन पार्टिशन हेच जे टायम आहा, आतां 24 वरां भितर तुमी जाणाय कितें जालें तें. शर्मा आनी हांकां सगळ्यांक 24 वरां भितर मेळ म्हूण बोर्ड. आय डोंट नो द फॅक्ट्स अबाउट इट, बट म्युटेशन आनी पार्टिशन, make it digitalized, make sure that it can be done with a time frame. Human interface मॅक्सिमम बंद कर. मुगे एकूच रिक्वेस्ट मिनिस्टराक, ह्युमन इंटरफेस बंद कर. मनशां बरें वचोन पेपर दिवपाचें आनी तें करपाचें बंद कर. मेक शुअर एवरीथींग इज डिजिटलायज विथ अ टायम फ्रेम that officer has to sign and it has to come out. Speaker sir, coming to demand number 52. Speaker sir, this is a beautiful demand with one powerful minister whom we have. Ani je amgele ye demandache labor rights index masata. It aims to an active contribution to get our role. It is an active contribution to the sustainable development goal number 1. Sustainable development goal number 1. It talks about no poverty. And your role to ensure that number 1 SDG of Goa can be protected and can be boosted up if Goa wants to become number 1 in these goals. And yaha tukade. And by providing the necessary insights or provisions on issues covered in SDG 8, मुझे no poverty goals जर तू ये को तलो जला SDG 8, that is providing decent jobs. SDG 5, gender equality, and SDG 10, reduced inequalities. ये सगळे SDG तुक लागताय in order to get that SDG number 1. आणि हे जरी तरी वयर सरले जाल्यार आमकां सगळे सकयल लेवलाचेर सगळे सारकें चलत तें दिसती पडटा स्पीकर सर. सो बेसिकली इफ यू सी इफेक्टिव इम्प्लिमेंटेशन ऑफ लेबर वेलफेअर स्किम्स, हे तुवें जरी तरी ऑर्गनायज्ड मॅनर केलें, तूं नंबर 1 इन SDG जातलो. आख्खे देशाक नंबर 1 जावपाक शकता तुज्यान, बिकॉज इट वील ओनली इनक्रीज युअर SDG गोल नंबर 1. डिटरमाइन द नंबर ऑफ गोवन लेबर्स इन गोवा. हें आमचे कडेन ना. ही चाल जाल्यार गेले ते वर्साकूय ना, ह्या वर्साकूय हांव जाता आन्सर तूं कडेन ना. इट इज अंडर कन्सिडरेशन. कन्सिडर कोर, पूण बाय नेक्स्ट इयर monsoon session, determine the number of Goan labor in Goa. Please give us this correct approach, not just figures. Approach सारका आसपाचो. मागीर हेल्थ केअर फॅसिलिटीज टू इंडस्ट्रियल लेबर. I think inga goyang healthcare facilities to industrial labor has to be boosted up. I think you need to sit down, work on this, because you are holding the most powerful portfolio which will put Goa to the limelight among all the states. Speaker sir. Speaker sir, number 60 demand. Speaker sir, inga ami job opportunities ache ulayta. Speaker sir, job opportunities jenna ulayta. Speaker sir, failure to provide employment to everyone is the biggest issue. We are one of the biggest failures in providing employment and providing employment guidance. आमकां सगळें खबर आसा स्पीकर सर, आम गोंयकार 10,000 15,000 सिरीज करपा सोद नाय, बिकॉज आवर लायफस्टायल खबर आहा. सो खबर आहा जाल्यार वी हॅव टू क्रिएट ऑपॉर्च्युनिटीज टू एन्श्योर दॅट दे गेव बिगर सॅलरी जॉब्स. जे कोणाक गोंय काम करूंक जाय थिंग गोंय क्रिएट कर. जे कोणाक भायर वचपा जाय आनी काम करपा अर्निंग करपा जाय, क्रिएट ऑपॉर्च्युनिटीज फॉर देम. Bring in shipping companies on regular basis, ensure that they get jobs, bring in foreign countries, bring in these things, but ensure that you can provide employment. The main role is you have to make sure that employment is provided and employment opportunities are provided. Job reservation to Goans. हांव नको हें तुमकां जाता ओ जायना, but कित्याक इतलें difficult? I would say on a pilot basis, all the new industries that are coming to Goa, try to give them a protocol that 80% reservation to Goans. Give them a 3 years notice period. So when they start building up that particular industry, आमगे इस्कलां बी वचोन तेंक ट्रेन करपा जाय, भुरग्यांक रेडी करूंक जाताय. जी कोण 12th पास जाताय, जी कोण ग्रॅज्युएट पास जाताय, इंजिनियर्स पास जाताय. I think this is one very important thing that we need to consider. When it comes to demand number 72, मुठाय scientific handling, management of disposal of garbage. This is another very big issue. And this goes to sustainable development goal number 12. And through this we have to achieve something called as ESM. ESM is environmentally sound management. So environmentally sound management mulche 3 R's: reuse, recycle and reduce. Ye philosophy cher maksata ministeran cholpa jayo. Garbage disposal jo concept is all about removing, discarding, recycling or destroying unwanted materials. And हे जरी तरी आमी along with the 3 R's, that is reuse, recycle, reduce, आम जर तर achieve केले जाल्यार SDG number 12 goal जो आहा तो आमगेलो सामको will rise up, the graph will go up. Speaker sir, there are failures of implementing advanced scientific and technological methods in administration, education and other sectors. Implementation of advanced scientific and technological methods. Speaker sir, he only utra, but in simplified terms, we are unable to support with new technology, with upgraded technology. It could be a small computer with high RAM to ensure that it doesn't conk off. It could be, instead of saving data on the drive, saving it on the cloud. This could be the technology which is advanced. So म्हणजे तू सगळ्यांक क्लाउडाचे सेव करता, हो conk off जालें जाल्यार तू problem ना, everything is safe. But this is missing. Advanced scientific and technological methods are missing. Overall, Speaker sir, I have already pointed out the maximum things what I could point out, and thank you, Speaker sir.
Honorable Member Shri Krishna Salkar.
Speaker sir, I stand to support the demands and oppose the cut motion. Speaker sir, आज सगळ्यात पयलीं आमचो गोवा रेग्युलरायझेशन ऑफ अनऑथरायज्ड कन्स्ट्रक्शन एक्ट जो आसा ताजेर उलयता आसतना म्हणजे आमच्याच सरकारान हो एक्ट हाडिल्लो आसा आनी ताज्या अंतर्गत खुबशा लोकांनी हाजो भरपूर गोंयभरान फायदो घेतलो आनी थोड्यांनी मिस जाले. ते मिस जाले तेन्ना आमी लास्ट टायम पासून मिनिस्टराच्या नजरेक हाडून दिले तेन्ना मिनिस्टरान इमिडिएटली ताजेर एक्शन घेवन आनी एक 3 म्हयने अशें वाडोवन म्हाका दिसता 2 एक्सटेन्शन्स दिली. हातून जाता कितें सर, स्वता आपल्याच्याच सपोज जाग्यान कोणाय सपोज एक घर बांदलां, कांय कारणांक लागून ताका परमिशन्स घेवपाक मेळना जाल्यार ह्या एक्टा अंडर तें लिगलायज जाता. आनी त्या खातीर हांव मिनिस्टरा कडेन परतो मागतां की आनी एक एक्सटेन्शन नाल्यार आनी 2 एक्सटेन्शन पसून दिवपाक कांयच हरकत ना. कित्याक आज गोंयभराच्या लोकांक सपोज इफ यू आर नॉट कट ऑफ डेट सपोज आमी हालयना, कट ऑफ डेट वील रिमेन द सेम. म्हाका दिसता 2014 इज द कट ऑफ डेट. इफ कट ऑफ डेट इज द सेम जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता सगळ्या गोंयकारांक बेनिफीट घेवपाक आमकां तांकां दिवपाक म्हाका दिसता कांयच हरकत ना. आनी लेट गोवन्स टेक दीस बेनिफीट. आय ऑन रिक्वेस्ट आवर मिनिस्टरान लास्ट टायम पसून एसेंब्लीन आमी हाडिल्ले तेन्ना ह्या प्रश्नार एक्सटेन्शन दिल्लें. इतलें आसतना पसून थोडे लोक विचारता जर एकदां पावना लोक नाल्यार खंयच्या कारणाक लागून उरता. सो आय हंबली रिक्वेस्ट मिनिस्टर तूं कशें जाता तशें एक एक्सटेन्शन दिवचें आनी इवन सपोज थोड्या लोकांक तातूंत पसून घालपाक मेळना जाल्यार एक्सटेन्शन दिवचें जेणे करून सगळे गोंयकारांक हाजे बेनिफीट घेवपाक मेळचें. नाल्यार ताजेर एक टंगती तलवारशी आस म्हणजे ऑल इज लायफ टायम उरता. आज हो एक्ट काडून खूब लोकांक बेनिफीट भरपूर मेळ्ळा एन्ड दे आर व्हेरी रिलॅक्स. गोवन्स बेजिकली आतां खूब सुशेगाद जाल्या म्हणजे आमचें बाबा घर लिगलायज जालें म्हणून. सो दीस हे बेनिफीट ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टरान दिवचें अशें हांव मागतां. आनी इफ पॉसिबल इफ स्टेटमेंट कॅन बी मेड ऑन द फ्लोर ऑफ दीस हावस वी वील बी व्हेरी हॅपी. इट वील सेंड अ व्हेरी पॉझिटीव सिग्नल्स आमच्या सरकारा बद्दल. स्पीकर सर, आज मामलेदार आसूं नाल्यार डेप्युटी कलेक्टर आसूं हांगा खुबश्यो केसीस खूब वर्सां जालीं पेंडींग आसा. टेनन्सी धरा तुमी, म्युटेशन धरा तुमी नाल्यार पार्टिशन धरा आनी लिटिगंट्स जे आसा नाल्यार एप्लिकंट जे आसा तांकां परत परत हांगा वचचें पडटा आनी तांकां फक्त मेळटा कितें आतां तारीख पे तारीख डेट्स मेळटा. आनी हांव तातूंत डेप्युटी कलेक्टराची मिस्टेक म्हणना, मामलेदाराची मिस्टेक म्हणना. तांचेर वर्कलोड इतलो दिल्लो आसा, एक आज मिटिंगेक वच नाल्यार सेमिनार वच, परत परत तांचेर लोड घालिल्ल्या कारणान तांकां डेटी दिवच्यो पडटा. दे हॅव टू बी फोर्सफुली नॉट बी प्रेजेंट इन देअर कोर्ट्स आनी हाज्या खातीर त्रास कोणाक जाता जो बेजिकली आपलें काम जावचें, आपलो म्युटेशन जावचें, पार्टिशन जावचें म्हणून जो येता पळय ताका हो त्रास जाता. सो बेजिकली गोंयकारांकूच परत त्रास जाता. सो हांव मिनिस्टरा कडेन रिक्वेस्ट करतां इफ अ डेडिकेटेड डेप्युटी कलेक्टर ऑर अ मामलेदार फॉर दीस केसीस ओन्ली, सो ती केसीसूय पायल अप जावपाक पडपाना. आयच्या तारखेन सब रजिस्ट्राराच कडेन डायरेक्ट पेमेंट जाता. सो हो प्रॉब्लेम अर्दो पयलो सॉल्व जाला. पूण फाटल्यो ज्यो केसीस आसा इफ दीस कॅन बी स्पिडेड अप ऑर सम डेडिकेटेड एक मामलेदार एक डेप्युटी कलेक्टर दवरलो जांचेर आनी कसलो लोड ना, ओन्ली फॉर दीस पर्पज दवरलो जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता खुबशें रिलीफ हो डिपार्टमेंट लोकांक दिवंक शकता. स्पीकर सर, आज वास्को इज व्हेरी कंजेस्टेड. वास्कोन आमकां वाडोवपाक स्पेस ना. आमी पयलें मडगांव पळया, पणजे पळया, खंयचेय एरिया पळया, वाडोवपाक खंय तरी स्कोप आशिल्लो. आमकां वास्को वाडोवपाक आनी कांय स्कोप ना. आमचें एक कलेक्टराचें ऑफिस हांगा आसा जाल्यार मामलेदाराचें ऑफिस पलतडी आसा आनी खंयचें ऑफिस थंय आसा. सो हांव रिक्वेस्ट करता ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टराक इफ ऑल दीज ऑफिसीस कॅन बी ब्रॉट अंडर वन रूफ. आमी मिनिस्टराक सांगूंक सोदता की आज कोम्युनिदादीचें लँड आसा आज एकूच लँड जे सपोज मेळूंक शकता आमकां कोमनिदादी कडल्यान मेळटा आनी सिन्स कोमनिदादूच तांचे कडेन आसा सो इफ यू ऑल कॅन कन्विन्स द कोमनिदाद बिकॉज दीस इज फॉर अ गुड यूज आज कोमनिदादाचो पासून खुबशे लँड जे आसा ते खंयची सिवरेज सोडपाच्या हातून पावलां कोण सिवरेज तातून सोडटा आनी लँड यूज पासून सगळो पिड्ड्यार जाल्लो आसा सो कोमनिदादीक सपोज एड्युकेट तांकां कॉम्पेन्सेशन मेळ्ळें जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता कोमनिदाद पासून आमकां जागो सरकाराक जागो दिवपाक केन्नाच फाटीं सरपाक ना आनी ताच्या खातीर आमी इनिशिएटीव घेवपाची गरज आसा आज सुदैवान म्हणटा तशें डिपार्टमेंटूय मिनिस्टराचो आसा आनी कोमनिदादूय बी मिनिस्टराच्या अंडर येता सो मिनिस्टरान एक आपल्या सायडींतल्यान इनिशिएटीव घेतलें ओदोळ सगळ्यांनी म्हणलें की मिनिस्टर इज व्हेरी डायनामीक आमी जाणा की मिनिस्टर जेन्ना एक गोश्ट कितें सांगता जाल्यार ती डेफिनेटली मनार घेवन करता आनी त्या खातीर म्हाका तुमचे कडेन एक विनंती आसा की जाता जाल्यार कोमनिदादी कडेन तुमी मागून तांकां कितें कॉम्पेन्सेशन आसा तांकां एज पर गव्हर्मेंट रुल्स दिवन म्हाका दिसता तें एक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटीव बिल्डींग जाणें करून सगळीं ऑफिसीस गव्हर्मेंटाची जितलीं ऑफिसीस आसा अंडर वन रूफ येतलें आनी म्हाका दिसता लोकांक हाचो फायदो जावपाक शकतलो स्पीकर सर आनी एक मोठो इशू म्हाका मुद्दम सांगत जाय आज इल्लिगल अनऑथोरायज्ड लँड कन्वर्शन खूब चल्लां म्हणजे रॅम्पंट आनी हें सगळें चल्लां व्हेरी सिस्टमॅटिकली म्हणजे सारकें सकयल्यान वयर पर्यंत कशी फायल व्हरप हें सिस्टमॅटिकली चल्लां सो म्हाका दिसता की आज कोण तरी येता आज दिल्लीकारा कडेन नाल्यार खूब जाणां कडेन भरपूर पयसो आसा दे कम हियर ते व्हडले ऑर्चर्ड लँड घेता ऑर्चर्ड लँडाक चड व्हॅल्यू नासता तो घेता स्लोली ताका रस्ते करपाक लागता प्लॉटिंग करपाक लागता आनी प्लॉटिंग केलें की ताजो लँड यूज चेंज जालो चेंज जातकूच तो एक एकट्याक कोणाक 500 स्क्वेअर मिटर विकता 300-350 स्क्वेअर मिटर विकता आनी लॉचो लूपहोल घेवन आमच्या एक्टांचो लूपहोल घेवन तोच मनीस सगळ्या दारांनी वता TCP कडेन वता NOC मागता TCP NOC फॉर सेल दिता ताजेर करून तो स्लोली अशें सिस्टमॅटिकली एक भागान वचून म्हाका दिसता तो आपले तो ऑर्चर्ड लँड आसा तो बाय कॅचिंग होल्ड ऑफ ऑल दीज लूपहोल्स तो लिगल करता आनी हें कशें जाता की तो घेवपी आसा तो 500 रुपयान घेता पूण तो विकता आसतना 20,000 विकता सो दीस रॅम्पंट इतलें आमचें ऑर्चर्ड लँड जे चेंज जायत आसा ताजेर खंय तरी एक अंकूश हाडपाक जाय आनी म्हाका दिसता मामलेदार इज द रायट पर्सन म्हणजे त्या प्रत्येक एरियेन सपोज मामलेदारान विजिलंट रावलो तांचे तलाटींक नाल्यार तांचे बाकीचे लोक आसता तांकां सपोज एक नजर दवरपाक लायली आनी वेर एवर दीस इज गोईंग ऑन चॅकलिस्ट करचे वेर एवर दीस इज गोईंग ऑन डेप्युटी कलेक्टराक सांगून ती नोटीस काडची आनी तांकां थंयच स्टॉप करचे एट द बेज लेवल आमी कितें करता आमी सगळें प्लॉटिंग बिटींग जातकूच सगळें मागीर ताका नोटीस काडपाक वता बाय दॅट टायम एवरीथींग इज डन आनी खंय तरी ताजो आमकां नॅगेटीव इम्पॅक्ट आमकां पडटा सो मिनिस्टरान ताजेरूय लक्ष दिवन म्हाका दिसता एक सर्कुलर ऑर एनीथींग डेप्युटी कलेक्टरांक सांगची की ती विजील दवरून म्हाका दिसता तांणी हें करचें स्पीकर सर आज आमी पळयतात की जेन्ना आज ह्या पावसान आमी पळयलें खुबशे जाणांची घरां कोसळ्ळीं कोणाचेर माड पडले कोणाचेर हें पडलें आज जें कॉम्पेन्सेशन आज डिपार्टमेंट दितात म्हाका दिसता खूब कमी आसा 5,000 10,000 म्हणजे एक घर सपोज मोडलें जाल्यार 5-10 हजारान सर आज कांयच जायना सो खंय तरी एक प्रोविजन करूं ताका एक सेपरेटूच बजेटरी एलोकेशन करून बिकॉज दीस रेन्स नॅचरल कॅलेमिटी केन्ना येता ती कोणाकूच सांगून येना कोणाचे घरार कोसळटा आनी ते गरिबाचेर बी पडले म्हणटकूच पयलींच ताका कांयच जायना करपाक दीस हॅज हॅपन्ड इन वास्को म्हणजे एक जाणटी बायल तिच्या घरान एकटीच ती बायल आसता तिच्या घरार ते सगळे कोसळून पडले आनी मागीर थ्रू CM रिलीफ फंड ऑर सम अदर फंड वी आर ट्रायंग टू हेल्प बट इवन रेवन्यू डिपार्टमेंटान सपोज अंडर डिजास्टर ऑर ताजे अंडर कितें तांकां हेल्प करत जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता खूब बरें जातलें स्पीकर सर एम्प्लॉयमेंटाचेर उलयता आसतना म्हाका इतलेंच सांगन दिसता की आज मिनिस्टरान एक इनिशिएटीव घेवचो आनी एम्प्लॉयमेंट आमच्या गोंयकारांक प्रोवायड करपा खातीर पयलीं जॉब फेर्स जाताली ती जॉब फेर्स आमी पळयता की आतां वर्सांसून एक बी जाता सो मिनिस्टराक रिक्वेस्ट ती सगळ्यो इंडस्ट्रीज ज्यो गोंयान येता त्यो सेटअप जाता तांकां खंय तरी तुमी सपोज हें केलें गायड केलें की एवरी एक 6 म्हयन्यान तरी एकदां एक 2 वर्सांसून 2दा कॅम्प गेले जाणे करून तांचे कडेन कसलो एम्प्लॉयमेंट आसा तो आमच्या भुरग्यां पर्यंत पावोवचो नाल्यार खंयच्या तरी एकाच प्लेसार ताणें जॉब फेर हाजेय पयलीं 2-3दां श्यामाप्रसाद मुखर्जीन जाल्या पूण ती वर्सान केन्ना तरी एकदां जाता सो तांकां सपोज आमी सांगत जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता एम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट पसून आमी कमी हाडूंक शकतले आनी इतलेंच सांगून एक लास्ट सर आज डेप्युटी कलेक्टराच्या ऑफिसान आमच्या आज खुबश्यो कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट बेसिसाचेर तुमी लोक घेतिल्ले आसा जांकां 6 वर्सां जालीं 7 वर्सां जालीं सो तांच्या खातीर सपोज दे कॅन बी कन्फर्म नाल्यार तांकां खंय तरी तुमी मेन पेरोलार हाडूंक शकता नाल्यार इवन टेम्पररी स्टेटस तांकां दिवंक शकता जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता इट वील बी गूड. देव बरें करूं सर.
Honorable Member Shri Anton Vaz.
स्पीकर सर, डिमांडाक सपोर्ट करता आनीक कार्ट मोशनाक ओपोज करपाक हांगासर उबो रावल्लो आसा. स्पीकर सर, आमचे कोर्ताली कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीन जंय जावं सांकवाडे जावं कोर्ताली जावं आमचे केलोसी जी कोमदाद लँड आसा हांगासर आमच्या जे ते तिनूय जे विलेजीन जे आमचे लँड आसा हे लँडान भरपूर आमचे जी गार्बेज जी हांगासर आमकां हाडून घातलेली आसा आनी गार्बेज आमकां आमच्या लोकांक भरपूर त्रास बी जाता कित्याक आमची वयर दोंगरार गार्बेज घाले म्हणटूच आमच्या शेतान बी आमकां शेतकारांक बी भरपूर प्रॉब्लम जाता. हांगा ही गार्बेज हांगा कितलीं वर्सां जालीं ही गार्बेज आसा आनी चालूच आसा. हालींच आमी जाले एक 7-8 दीस जाले आमी एक जेन्ना एक आमच्या गांवच्या लोकांनी एक ट्रक दवरलो आनी हो ट्रक जावन आसा एक आउटसायडर येवन हांगासर डांप करपाक लागलो आनी पयरूच आमच्या हावजान टेबलान जेन्ना आमचे सेम सरान सांगलेलें जेन्ना तुमचे नोदरेक आपले नोदरेक हाडा म्हणून जेन्ना आयज हांव तुमच्या टेबलार दवरपाक सोदतां कित्याक हो टेम्पो जो आसा तो गार्बेज घालून कोर्ताली जी कोमदाद आहा तितून गार्बेज आख्खी फूल कितलीशी गार्बेज आसा हांव ही तुमकां टेबल करतां. तशेंच आमचे पंचायतान विलेज पंचायत कोर्ताली हाणें कंप्लेन रेजिस्टर केल्ली आसा. तशेंच तांच्यांनी आतां हालीं म्हाका दिसता कोर्टांतल्यान एक रिलीज व्हेकल म्हणून एक हें हाडला ऑर्डर हाडल्या आनी हाचेर एक्शन जावपाक जाय हांव हें टेबल करतां. स्पीकर सर, जे आमचे कोर्ताली कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीन आमची इतली जमीन आसा जावं सांकवाडे जावं कोर्ताली जावं केलोसी हांगासर खंयचेय सायडीन वचोन हांगासर आमची ती गार्बेज घालता. म्हाका दिसता तुमकां खबर आसतली तुमची IDC आसा वेर्ना IDची गार्बेज देखून हाडून ते आमचे केलोसी विलेजान घालता सांकवाडे घालता कोर्ताली घालता. ही बंद जावपाक जाय कित्याक जे वे आहा त्यो म्हाका दिसता जाता तितले बेगीन ह्यो वे आहा त्यो आमकां रिटर्निंग वॉल काडून बंद करपाक जाय नाजाल्यार हे अशेंच आमचे कोर्ताली सांकवाडे गार्बेज हाडून हे भरतले. तशेंच हांगासर आमचे कोर्ताली आमची एक 30,000 स्क्वेअर मिटर जे एक कोणें फार्म घातलेलें आसा आनी जी जमीन आसा ती कोमदाद जावन आसा आनी कोमदाद म्हाका हांव म्हणूंक शकता एक ग्रॅब केल्या कित्याक इतली हे फार्म कशें येयलें सर्वे नंबर 133 हे हितून हांगा 30,000 स्क्वेअर मिटर जे फार्म घालपाचो एक प्रयत्न चालू आसा तितून कन्स्ट्रक्शन बी चालू आसा जाता तितले बेगीन हे मिनिस्टरान ताचेर एक्ट करपाक जाय. हांव मागता मिनिस्टर लागीं ताचेर एक्ट करचें म्हणून. तशेंच आमचे कोर्ताली कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीन जी गार्बेज आमचे स्पीकर सर आमचे कोर्तालीन जी कमिटी आसा आनीक जी कमिटी जो आतां कोर्ताली जी टेम्पो हाडला आनी तातूंत तेजेर कांय एक्शनूच घेवंक ना. एक्चुअली तेजें एक्शन घेवपा आसलें कित्याक ऑलरेडी ते रेजिस्टर बी जाल्ले आसा पूण तेणें कंप्लेन देखून दिवना हाचेर कितें कंप्लेन दिवना हाचेरूय म्हाका दिसता मिनिस्टरान एक्शन घेवपाक जाय कित्याक कोमदाद अशीच आसा कमिटीन एक्शन घेवपाक जाय कित्याक कमिटी ओगी रावली हाचेर तुवें मिनिस्टरान मातशें एक्शन घेवचें पडटलें. तशेंच आमचे कोर्तालीन जे आमचे नियर ऑपोजीट टॉयटा शोरूम हांगासर एक आमचे लँड आसा कोमदाद लँड आसा आयल कोमदादीन हांगासर सर्वे नंबर 112/2 हितून इलिगल कन्स्ट्रक्शन चालू आसा. तशेंच तातूंत माती हाडून फिलिंग केलें आसा ताचेरूय ताणें तुवें हें एक्शन घेवपाक जाय कित्याक आमकां जाय आमचे कोर्ताली हो केलोसी हो सांकवाडी ही जी विलेज आसा ही कोमदाद आसा ती सेफ आसपाक जाय कित्याक हांगासर भरपूर आमचे इलिगलिटी चालू आसा ह्यो आमकां जावपाक जायना. हांव ताका लागून हांव मागता आमच्या मिनिस्टर लागीं हाचेर जाता तितले बेगीन तुमी तें एक्शन घेवपाक जाय. तशेंच स्पीकर सर हांव डिमांड नंबर 16 हाचेर उलयतां जेन्ना आमचे ज्यो आमचे मामलदार केसीस ज्यो केसीस आसा जायते आमचे सिनियर जे सिटीजन आसा ते आमचे जाणटे लोक आसा जे आमचे डेप्युटी कलेक्टर वा मामलदारांक वयचे पडटा तेन्ना आमच्या लोकांक भरपूर हे त्रास जाता कित्याक ती बाडी आपली केन्ना केन्ना भाड्याची गाडी देखून करून ताका वचूंक पडटा. हांव मागता जाता तितले ज्यो केसो आसा त्यो तुमी जाता तितले फास्ट ट्रॅकार घालपाक. तशेंच आमचे लेबराचेर उलयतना डिमांड नंबर 52 जेन्ना आमचे वेन्ना IDC आसा आनी थंयसर आमचे ड्युरालायन जे कंपनी हालींच आमचे पेन्जीन जे आमचे धरणान दवरलेली आनी धरणान दवरपाक कारण म्हणल्यार ताका सडनली तांकां टर्मिनेट केले. हे टर्मिनेट जे आमचे भाव जे आमचे ST OBC या बारीक समाजाचे लोक जे आमचे काम करता तांचें कितें तर येवपाक काडून तुवें तें सेटल करचें म्हणून हांव मागतां. तशेंच आमचे एम्प्लॉयमेंटाचेर उलयतना डिमांड नंबर 60 स्पीकर सर जेन्ना एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज जेन्ना आमचे वास्को गांवांत आहलेलें तेन्ना दोरादा बिल्डींग आहलें तेन्ना आमच्या जायते आमचे मुर्मुगांव तालुका जायते आमचे आतां यूथ आसात आनी तांकां एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज हितून वचपाक ऑफिसांक वचपाक तांकां मारगांव वयचें पडटा पणजे वचचें पडटा. हांव मागतां जाता जाल्यार तुवें आमचे मुर्मुगांव तालुकाक हे एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सचेंज ऑफिस हाडचें हो म्हजो एक डिमांड आसा. आनीक इतलें सांगून हांव थँक्यू म्हणटा.
The house is adjourned till 4:30.